Hey guys, Sure Shot Midget here. I'm going to be doing a review on an S&T M4. Now, it's marketed as an Avengers. It says Avengers Airsoft. So I assume on e-bike it says like Avengers M4. It's OEM S&T. So if you check the description, it should say S&T. Now, S&T stuff has been pretty bad in the past. And I think that's why they kind of went under the Avengers title through e-bike to try to get their name out more. Now, I have taken a look at this gun, and I'll tell you, it's pretty nice, actually, believe it or not. S&T's doing a fairly good job. There's a few things that I would change, but, I mean, as, such a cheap gun, I'm not gonna, say, oh, there should be 13-to-1s in here, or, all that sort of stuff, because it's a budget gun. But there are a few things that some other guns have that this does not, so I'll compare. So check what's in here. This was the player package, so my brother got two Matrix 9.6s and the Smart Charger, and he got it in the mystery box. So it's not a bad get, but it's nothing that he was going to keep. So on here, you have the manual. This is the version with the crane stock, which it would have been nice if this was a crane stock one, because you could put batteries in there and you could throw a rail in the front. But no, you'd have to rewire it if you want to put a rail in the front, or have the wire stick out of the rail, which is a possibility. So yeah. You get one basic Chinese high cap, and you get one Banff mid cap. Now, I don't know if this magazine is just going to come with the player package, or if this magazine comes with the gun itself, because it does say Banff on the gun. So this magazine might come with the gun even without the player package. Which would be nice, because for those noobs out there that get this gun and they try out a high cap, they try out a mid cap, they know, which one is which, and they try them both and see which ones they like. And if they like the mid caps, they buy more. If they like high caps, they buy more. And here's one of the 9.6s, and here's the gun. Now, the 9.6 is freshly charged, ready to go. So magazine wobble, there's a little bit. We're going to shoot it with the mid cap though. Just the basic Chinese high cap. So as far as the gun, this is a CQB gun, so we're going to chrono it and see how hard it shoots, to see if it's CQB legal. Most likely it will be, but it's quite possible that it won't be, because it does sound like it shoots hard. Excuse me, it sounds like a pretty heavy spring. We're going to shoot it with the 9.6 and an 11.1. So let's start from the back. You have a LE stock, which is plastic, 6 positions, plastic buffer tube, plastic upper, plastic lower, plastic carrying handle, metal selector switch, and mag catch. The selector switch is nice and clicky. Mag catch, plastic dust cover, plastic charging handle with a functioning bolt lock. And for a gun so cheap, that's actually hard to find, actually. You have some logos over there that says, stay back 100 meters or you'll be shot. And then there's the Banff in the skull. Made in China. Plastic handguard, metal front sight, and metal outer barrel. You have enough room in this handguard to fit a 11.1 stick, 9.6 nunchuck, and also, excuse me, an 11.1 nunchuck will fit in the handguard too. Now, it does say it's a LiPo ready. In some ways it is, in some ways it's not. The pistol grip here is actually nice and thin. It feels nice. It honestly feels like a gas blowback. Besides it being super dang light, the gun. It's just incredibly light. But the grip is nice and thin, which is interesting, that they did that with an AEG. Now, some grips do that, but sometimes you have a very tight motor, so I don't know if the motor's tight in this or not. Again, this is a CQB, so as far as guns that compare to this, this has a switch gearbox, so does the Ares OEM, the Elite Force M4's OEM Ares. Finally got that out. Those guns retail for about, I think it's 160, 150, and it comes with like 2 high caps. And I don't think it comes with a battery, but it might. Actually, I think they do come with batteries. Those bodies are better. The bodies on those M4s are better. The Elite Force M4s. Plus, you can get the CQB ones, which have a rail. And then you can obviously get the CQC ones, which are even smaller. It's like a stubby. So you have those two options because the long versions are discontinued now. But if you're looking for a CQB gun, you have this. There's JGM4s, which I would recommend a JGM4 over this just because the body, JG bodies are much better than this. And build is just a little bit more higher quality. The only thing that I like about the externals on this is the grip and the bolt lock. That's the only thing. As far as internals, it actually uses a switch gearbox, so it's actually kind of competing with the Ares ones, the Elite Force M4s. The gearbox shell on this is very thick, so you shouldn't have it crack. It does sound like it shoots hard, though, so we'll see how hard it shoots in the rate of fire and such. As far as the internals, it just has a plastic piston, which the Elite Force M4s have a metal rack piston. For the same price point-ish, the Ares M4s have metal rack pistons, which is a big plus for them. Also, the motor on this, when I shot it with an 11.1 LiPo, you could smell it. It smelled really bad. In fact, you can still smell it. It smells bad. So I don't know if it's part of break-in or if this motor is literally just that bad that it's literally burning it alive. But since it is a switch gearbox, it will handle an 11.1 LiPo, okay? The switch will handle the LiPo. Arguably the piston, I don't know, it just depends, really. Some people have guns, budget guns last for years. Just depends on how hard you use them and if you drop them or what LiPo or 9.6 or NIM you use. Just whatever you put through it, really. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the 9.6 in here first. Shoot it with the 9.6. Alright, so let's go and shoot it real quick. I'm actually going to take this carrying handle off. This is so cringy. Even the bar is plastic on this thing. This whole thing is plastic. And so is the top red. Let's put the light on so I don't have to hold it. And we'll shoot. A little low. Ooh, that shoots nice. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this uses a pop-up that has a dial, a bar, I guess you could say, rather than a wheel. This is a two-piece hop-up, and the top piece uses the actual adjustment part is a freaking dial like an AK. It's really weird. Shoots very, very well. Let's chrono it really quick. I have it set for 0.2 BBs, which is what I'm using. 345, 348, 350, 350, 350, 349, 344, 350. So, not too bad on consistency. Right there, CQB legal for 350 FPS. Now it'll probably die down. I don't know if the compression's good or not. It kind of sounds like it shoots hard, but there might be a heavy spring in there and the compression's just that bad, but it's hard to know. Trigger response is actually pretty crisp. You can still kind of smell the motor, so honestly, I would probably just pop an 11.1 in here and just use it until the motor fries, and then you could put like any other stock motor in here, really. Now, if you put an upgrade motor in here, you might get so much torque that you'll overspin, which can basically mean it doesn't shoot semi. So let's go ahead and try it with the 11.1. My adapter has a short in it. Not a short, but I guess you could call it a short. Let's just let it hang. Probably fire that way. You have to aim in a certain way. It's all in my adapter. Pretty crisp on semi. It's okay. Try full auto. Okay, that's not even 20 with the 11.1. Oh, you can smell the motor. It's so bad. So bad. But, it's crisp. I like it. Being a switch gearbox, it does have that crisp trigger pull. Chrono it just to make sure it shoots the same FPS with an 11.1. 351, 350. So, yep, pretty much the same FPS wise. Alright, let's just go and finish off the mag. First, the hop up. It shoots really, really well. Very well. Okay, so when it runs out of ammo and you dry fire, you can tell just how loud it is. Again, my adapter is not very good on my Tamiya adapter. I've had it for a long time and it's gotten so hot that I think there's some dead space in there, and it just doesn't make that good of a connection, because I had no issues with the 9.6 as you saw. So as far as performance, it's actually pretty impressive. The hop up is very, very impressive. It shoots very true. I do like the Ares M4s, the Elite Force M4s that are OEM Ares. They have better hop ups. I like the Amoeba hop up type on the Ares hop ups because they're in the Amoebas too, and they're nice hop ups. The dial type, the wheel, I guess you could call it. Yeah, those are nice, but the Ares buckings are poop, straight poop. So I can tell the bucking on this is nice. So if you're looking for a gun and you wanted to use it for longevity, use a 9.6 or 7.4. If you want performance, use an 11.1 LiPo and you will get good performance. And your motor's probably going to burn out, and then you can replace the motor. If you're like me, I have like 6 stock motors downstairs, so I could throw a random one in there. But if you're not so lucky, you'd probably be better off buying an upgrade motor. And again, like I said earlier, you might get overspin with an upgrade motor, so I'd probably go with like a 16 to 18 TPA. So like an SHS high torque or a ZCI balance. I wouldn't go above that because you'll probably get so much torque that it'll overspin and fire twice on semi. Or more times. Sometimes it just keeps firing. But if you have any questions, let me know. Again, I approve of the gearbox shell. It's nice. The gearbox shell is impressive. I like the grip. The fact that it has a bolt lock is pretty impressive. And the hop up is very good on this gun. Those things impress me. Everything else is just subpar. It's just your basic cheap gun. But if you have any questions, let me know. Stay tuned for more videos.